Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that people ought to remember. One, the corporate woke unity monolith is fake. It's not real. It's not real.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
They have this tenuous agreement that they will all go woke in order so that you will just give in and acquiesce. You'll have a feeling there's a tsunami, that every place you go during June is going to be covered with Pride Progress flags and gay pride flags and trans the kids onesies and all the rest of it. And so you go, oh God, I can't even deal with this. Fine, I'll just buy whatever. Because listen, I got to go shopping. This is what they are counting on. But here's the thing. It's way weaker than it looks. Way weaker than it looks. And so the right has to make a point of picking a few targets. You can't do it to everybody. Picking a few targets and then destroying their stock. Picking a few targets and then actively not buying from those targets and making clear why you are not buying from those targets. You can't be everyone. And then people say, oh, why are you singling out this company? Well, the answer is because we can't do all of them. So we will single out a few of them and we'll make examples of them. And we should make examples of them because when we make examples of them, the rest of you will learn not to insult your customer core and not to mimic the worst excesses of the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign movement that insists on the proselytization of a peculiarly strange ideology claiming moral equivalence in all sexual activity and that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. You don't have to stand up to every single company. You have to stand up to a few, and you have to show them that there is a downside to this. And by the way, it works. So Bud Light is a great example of this. Bud Light has taken it absolutely on the chin ever since they hired Dylan Mulvaney to be a spokesperson for Bud Light, pretending that the best spokesperson for Bud Light would be a gay man, a flamboyantly gay man, pretending that he is a woman.
What the fuck?
Their sales have been down like 20%. In fact, they've been so bad that Bud Light is now attempting to buy it back. It's not going to work, by the way. So Bud Light actually put out a new bottle. They're attempting to, again, buy this thing back. The way they think they're going to buy this back is by putting out a new bottle that essentially stars camouflage. So they put 3 bottles side by side for Memorial Day. And the idea here is going to be that you are going to forget that they actually attempted to hire Dylan Mulvaney. The brand has seen a 24% drop in sales versus last year in the week ending May 6th. The new bottle is a freedom bottle covered in camouflage. This is because of the brave. Okay, but you know what? You're not. We all see what you're doing, guys. We can all see what you're doing. It is very clear what you are doing. And by the way, the Adidas ad campaign, this would be a great place to start. Like, you don't need to buy from Adidas. There are plenty of other companies. And I understand a lot of these companies are bad. I understand that Nike is doing business with China and that they're as woke as hell. I understand all that.
Okay.
But it's not about who you buy from. It's who you won't buy from that actually makes a difference to these companies. Adidas issued a press release in partnership with the trans organization Athlete Ally regarding the new women's wear campaign. Quote, our goal is to drive inclusivity in sport, supporting student athletes from the LGBTQI+ and their allies to push for fair access and safe participation in sport. So they're actively pushing for boys to compete with girls. Adidas. That seems like a pretty easy win.
Really, nigga?
So maybe, you're buying some shoes for your kids. Don't buy Adidas. How about that? Just buy from someplace else. And make clear that you're buying from not Adidas. Doesn't matter where else you buy from. Sure, those other companies may be just as bad, just like a lot of people bought Miller Lite instead of Bud Light. And Miller Lite may be just as woke. But by making a point that you are not buying from Bud Light because of the wokeness, you hurt Bud Light. And you are more likely to push other people off the point. Here's the thing. All these companies are vulnerable. We are entering a recessionary period. Target is about to experience some serious economic pain anyway. They're attempting to enter into sort of the low-cost arena, Target. They're attempting to enter the low-cost arena because people are spending less money. They're attempting to compete with Walmart. There's an entire article today in the Wall Street Journal about Target trying to sell affordable joy as consumers pull back.
What?
Which means their profit margins are down. The profit margins, by the way, at these stores are never that high. It's like 2, 3, 4% maximum. So you can put a serious dent in their profit margin simply by shifting your shopping over to Walmart. And you may say again, well, is Walmart any better? I don't know that Walmart's any better, but I do know that you can say that Target is not someplace that you want to shop if they're going to do this sort of nonsense.
Yes, exactly.
And it does have an impact, even if it's a small impact and an incremental impact. So the latest example of that we'll get to in just one moment. First, Did you know that our friends over at Genucel have upgraded their most popular package to feature their top-selling deep-firming vitamin C serum plus ultra-retinol moisturizer with natural retinol alternative?
Wow.
Right now, you can take advantage of this limited-time package upgrade for 70% off. Why waste time and money to go get work done to your face when you can get Genucel skincare shipped directly to your door? It works. It's really easy.
Are you sure about that?
Here's a Genucel.com review from Robert in Blessing, Texas. I purchased Genucel as a gift for my girlfriend. She said she saw the results so fast, her skin is noticeably softer and smoother. I can see and feel a difference as well. She was already beautiful. Genucel has made her even more beautiful. Genucel's secret is a family recipe for over 20 years that makes it safe for all skin types, perfect for both men and women. Made by a compounding pharmacist in small batches, it is always safe, cruelty-free, and natural. My wife has used their firming serum before. She puts it on at night. She feels great in the morning. She looks better. She really loves it. My mom has used it as well. Go to Genucel.com/Shapiro. Try Genucel's most popular package for 70% off, featuring both Genucel's Ultra Retinol and Genucel's Firming Serum. Get a complimentary Spa Essentials box with every single package order, plus free upgrade priority shipping. That's Genucel.com/Shapiro, Genucel.com/Shapiro. Also, if you, along with tens of millions of other people, watch Netflix's hit show, Making a Murderer, you're going to love Daily Wire Plus's new exclusive 10-part series with Candace Owens, Convicting a Murderer, coming this summer. There's no such thing as your truth. There is only the truth. And while it seems like we're living in a world where the actual truth is hard to come by, many of us are still actually pursuing it. That includes everyone here at the Daily Wire. That's especially Candace with regard to this particular documentary. It's pretty amazing. Candace found out the key facts were omitted in Netflix's series, so she set out to uncover the truth behind the notorious Stephen Avery case. The end result is coming soon. It's a new series called Convicting a Murderer. You're not going to want to miss it.
Ha! Gay!
There's never been a better time to become a Daily Wire member. Sign up right now. For Convicting a Murderer, you'll receive an early bird discount of 35% off your Daily Wire Plus membership. Don't wait until the series comes out this summer. The deal is not going to last.
We do not care.
You'll also get all of the other premium content from Daily Wire Plus. That includes The Greatest Lie Ever Sold from Candace, What is a Woman from Matt, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's series on the Book of Exodus. Join now at dailywire.com/subscribe. Become a member. See the truth when it finally comes out. Well, folks, Harry and Meghan are one of the colossal crash and burns in public relations history. What's really funny right now is watching as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just flame out. It's really, really entertaining.
Do you see me laughing, my nigga?
So they've been basically booted from Spotify because it turns out that they were a hoax and they had nothing to provide to the audience whatsoever other than sort of woke grievance mongering. Well, now people are speaking out about how useless they were. The Wall Street Journal has a long piece titled Harry and Meghan Produce a Hollywood Flop Themselves. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had been out of the UK for nearly 2 years when they began work on a project they believed could transform them from former royals to Hollywood power players. The subject of endless rumors and gossip, the couple felt qualified to tackle the thorny topic of misinformation.
Is he all right upstairs?
Oh, these woke idiots. Misinformation. Misinformation from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Meghan Markle claimed she never heard of Prince Harry when she started dating him.
So that was a f***ing lie.
A documentary would cement Harry and Meghan as serious creative types and help shed their reputation as exiles from the House of Windsor, trading family dirt for eyeballs. A team assembled to the job at the pair's LA-based production company, Archwell, had questions for H&M, as the Sussexes are known to their employees.
Boy.
Series. Who would host it? Would it be historical or contemporary? Would Harry or Meghan appear in it? Would Meghan discuss her bitter history with the British tabloids? And if not, who would want to watch? The couple had few answers. According to people familiar with the inner workings of Archwell and Harry and Meghan's deal with streamers, the misinformation documentary soon met the fate of other Archwell projects and faded away.
Well, duh.
Well, yeah, because their basic idea was, what if we just say slogans, right? What if we just go to the "In this house we" lawn sign and just read the slogans, but do it on film? After all, this is what they've been rewarded for their entire life. So why the hell not? If you just mouth the woke nostrums, why couldn't that be a 90-minute documentary? And then they're like, well, guys, there's no market for that. Like, well, we don't really have anything else. Prince Harry and Meghan's Hollywood foray is looking like a flop. They arrived in SoCal 3 years ago with Duke and Duchess titles and plans to capitalize on a cash-rich streaming business desperate for star power to lure subscribers.
Are you serious?
They got a $100 million deal at Netflix. They got a $20 million deal at Spotify. They have led to more cancellations and rejections than actual produced shows. So Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, became a bestseller, and then they had their garbage 6-part documentary talking about how terrible their life is, and that was at least somewhat popular. But then they had a graveyard of projects, including an animated children's show called Pearl, canceled by Netflix.
I got you, homie.
As well as at least 2 TV ideas that the streaming service rejected within the past year, people familiar with their project said. Netflix is unlikely to renew the couple's deal, which runs through 2025. The Spotify pack, meanwhile, produced a podcast, Archetypes, about these stereotypes that hold women back. A second season was discussed, but eventually nixed. And Bill Simmons points out that, like, behind closed doors, it was even more of a bleep show than it was publicly. People who have worked with the pair say their Sussex upon Sunset outpost was undermined by their inexperience as producer and trouble finding material consistent with their brand. That shouldn't be too hard. Finding woke whiners to create material, that's like all of Hollywood.
That doesn't make sense.
But they say that the real problem is that they have no talent. That would be the real problem. When they struck deals with Netflix and Spotify in 2020, streaming services were booming. Executives were rushing to secure content and feed consumer demand at any cost. The Sussexes joined Barack Obama, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai, and others who fielded offers in Hollywood with few guidelines on what would come next. And then it turns out that, nope, it just completely fell apart. The article goes on and on about their failures of projects, but basically they had no plans. Now, the Obamas have a similar deal, right? The American form of royalty, Barack and Michelle Obama, they also have deals at Netflix and Spotify.
Wow.
They have made movies like Leave the World Behind, starring Julia Roberts, which I know you saw it. Oh, wait, you didn't see it because no one's heard of it? Also, Kevin Hart's Fatherhood and a child-oriented show, Waffles and Moki, and documentaries including American Factory. Has anyone watched any of these things?
I don't know.
Like, are these things even out yet? No one knows. But the Obamas are not allowed to fail. We don't care if Harry and Meghan fail, so we will allow them to fail.
Really, nigga?
So what happens next for them? Well, they're pretty screwed because they've basically exiled themselves from their family. They no longer have any dirt to spill. And their first animated show was supposed to be about powerful women of history called Pearl. It was created with the help of David Furnish, who knew the royal family through his husband, Elton John.
Oh, Lord. Again.
When the couple left the palace and signed the Netflix deal, Pearl was the first show announced, and then Netflix canceled it. Executives decided no one would care if the show they were watching had been produced by a duchess. So Harry and Meghan have burned it out. So not to be cynical, but look for the divorce proceedings sometime in the fairly near future.